a distant sun, where gravity and grit have just begun. 1,000 light years from the earthly clay, the crack of thunder leaves the cosmic play. In the planetary extreme baseball alliance, we defy the stars with
Welcome to another episode of PEBA Weekly. This is the third episode. We are at September 1st. Minor Leagues, woo!
Minor Leagues.
We've got an action-packed episode. I don't know why it's action-packed. I'll tell you why. Because we have Plays of the Week, brand new segment to finish off the episode, but we're going to start with our power rankings. We've got September call-ups and minor league playoffs. As I said, it's September 1st. Very exciting. We have the mailbag and return of the headlines, and then rounding it out, the ever fun Plays of the Week. But first, Lenny, say hi to the people.
Hi, people.
Delayed reaction. Love it.
That was the best I had today. How are you, Mike?
I am fantastic because I've been here. Where have you been, man?
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know if you heard the news about Steve Hott. We finally got some breaking information, and you're nowhere to be found.
Oh, yeah, I saw hot take today. He had a little bit to say, my man. So now I don't know who to believe. You or him.
I mean,
He clearly, you had video evidence of where you were. He didn't have video evidence, but and there has been a couple of comments about it's Hot distorting his own or creating his own reality again.
right?
We had our GM from Nihama say that publicly today.
But again, I would maybe kind of question his validity because he did call you stable. So,
Yeah. Nice pullback, my man. Nice
right?
pullback. You're right. He did call me stable. Now, that's a tangent we may not want to go down. How come you never compliment me? Dan's on for what? 2.5 minutes? Not even. And he said something nicer to me than you've ever said to me in your life.
I make you say hi. That works.
Yeah,
That counts,
to people,
right?
not even to you.
Yes,
And
exactly.
at the end of every episode, I say it's good to see you. And I'm just an afterthought. You're like, oh yeah, you were here the entire time.
Come on, Lenny. This is all about me.
I know. Trust, I know.
But no, where were you? How was how are
Um,
things?
As you may have read in some of the headlines, I spent some time in Yuma.
Really?
Yeah.
The polls getting to you. Is that what it is? You hear
Well,
the ladies like you and you
sometimes fame goes to your head, my man. And they do have a team there, and some changes were happening. So I went to Yuma, Miami. That nightlife is very alluring. But yeah, it's really a non-story. The best offer I had down there definitely wasn't from the baseball team.
that's all right. How about we do some power rankings?
Power rankings.
I think
Yeah,
you're
why
gonna
don't you
be
lead us into the power rankings there, Mike?
very, very excited this week, Lenny, because as you'll see right there in the middle,
Ugh.
who's above who?
Today's power rankings. The lower half will be brought to you by Mike. Mike, why don't you tell us about the bottom five?
After a rough stretch of games, New Jersey has fallen down the rankings. So here I am discussing the bottom. We got Manchester
Hang on, before you get going, I'd like to thank God, my family,
Yeah. Enjoy it
and
while you
Mike for
can.
this opportunity.
Enjoy it while you can.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Absolutely, bottom five.
So Manchester's still in 32nd place. They are actually now leading the race for the overall number one pick in next year's draft. Okinawa is down one to 31st from 30th. Arlington is actually up one. Probably got to be kicking themselves because they are now in second
We call that the
overall,
PEBA weekly bump.
right?
You come on and success follows.
Unexpected, potentially unwanted success
I
moves
bet you
his
it's
way up.
Mangan.
Right? I'm telling you, you should trade him to me.
Yeah, I
That's
mean you could have the Bakersfield bump. I like to call that.
right. I
They leave and all of a
definitely
sudden you're they're aces.
definitely needed it. I helped him
You're
out
really
too.
great at doing the bottom five, by the way. Very good.
Really? Oh,
Almost
thank you.
natural.
It's not somewhere I want to be. Last year, different story. But moving on, so Madison down to the 29th place from 26th. Yuma up to or down to 28th from the 27th. So that rounds out your bottom five. We got Yuma, Madison, Arlington, Okinawa, and Manchester going to make it an interesting race
Yeah.
to the top. What's the order going to be at the end of the year? Obviously, for the number one pick
It's
in
interesting to
next year's
see Neo
draft,
Tokyo pop out of there after that big drop back in and right back up.
right?
Yeah, Kentucky's
You
out of there. Not talking about them. There you go.
a little bit of volatility. Amsterdam um, moving on up a little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit better play. Some
Yeah, we gave them a
positive
good
play
shout
there.
out last week. Look at Gloucester, though. Remember a few weeks ago, I think episode one, Gloucester was at the very bottom.
Yeah, they're working their way back up to
Yeah,
500. So
yeah.
definitely might be some easier schedule or some better opponents or matchups there. So,
Yeah.
but how about we transition to the top five and I'll let you take over, sadly.
Uh, number one, I got, it's good to have the bathwater be warm, something that's cozy and comfortable. Number one, Florida. Shocking. I could have told you
90
that
and
without even looking
43.
at the screen. Hartford shooting up into number two, very cool. I have to be non-biased. Playing very good against a tough division. That any division that has Mike in it is very tough. Cleveland popping up into the third spot. Interesting. Anything about Cleveland you find interesting other than the butt whooping they gave you?
No, I gave them the New Jersey bump after they whooped me.
That's a little bit of a different thing that we probably can't talk about legally. Um, can you tell I'm milking this top five?
Yeah,
I'm laying it
enjoy it.
on
Like I
thick.
said, enjoy it while you can.
Well, I can. I've been waiting a long time, my man. London still playing strong, moving up. And Shinseki coming in at fifth. But it's not just the top five I find interesting. Palm Springs, huge lead after reading an article about them last week. Some moves paying off. That's interesting.
Yeah, they continue to make the tweaks in house and try to find those right lineups and that right pitching order, and they are clearly working in the right direction because they continue to move up.
Yeah, and some good teams dropping a little bit with Nihama, Crystal Lake, and Reno.
Yep,
I mean, we
Aurora
did sweep
dropping
we
down
did
as well.
sweep Reno, and that will do it. When Bakersfield sweeps anybody, you're lucky you're even on the list. Um, but those are really, really good teams with really, really good GMs. So
Yeah,
it's interesting to see what's going to be going on with those. But very interesting power rankings, not just because, all right, 50-50 because I got to read the top five.
how about your jump too from 23rd all the way up to
Well,
14th?
I'm glad you bring that up. I call that the Yuma bump, which was really a penicillin shot in the
There's a lot of bumps this week.
yeah, yeah. Oh, moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah. Well, what was the next segment, Mike?
Already forgetting. It is September 1st, Lenny.
What
That
was the
means
long week in Yuma? I
it
have
is.
maybe three brain cells
Yeah, I was
left
gonna
after
say,
that.
did you just get in off the plane or long car ride, I should say, since you can't afford the plane?
Oh, oh. I'll have you know, my friend, I was Ubered down.
You Ubered your way back.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
there's a lot of Ubering going on right
What,
now.
what was the bill on that one?
I don't know. I didn't pay it, but her name
Okay.
was Destiny, and that was great.
Fantastic. So September 1st, it is time for call-ups. Minor league
Ah,
playoffs
call.
are getting situated. We're getting kind of lined up. I guess just talking about call-ups. I mean, September 1st, I know that despite my lackluster performance the past couple games, we're definitely still in the race. We are hoping to still make that wild card spot. So I will be bringing plenty of players up. A lot of guys from my AAA squad. Reason being is they are the only team I have that is not in the playoff race currently. Um, so they don't need the players. I do to try to secure our playoff hopes. And yeah, so I will be bringing up a couple pitchers. One call out that I would put out there is just Jaden Blankhorn, who was drafted this year, teammate of Anthony D'Antonio. So it'll
Who's
be nice to
that?
bring him up. Blankhorn?
No, Dan D'Antonio. Who's that?
D'Antonio, the number one pick overall, has been playing pretty nicely. He's hit a couple bumps. It
Oh,
is been a
he's
longer than
hitting bums
usual.
too.
Oh, I well, got to keep the train going, right?
Yeah, God, jeez.
Playing a bit longer, his first, official stint in the Major League PEBA um, level. So
Yeah.
it's
I
more
mean,
games
and
than
this
he's
is
used
part
to
of
in
the
a season.
headlines too.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about some big time rookies making big time impacts right off the bat.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
bringing guys up. That's my strategy because I'm ready to compete. I need that extra depth. I
Mhm.
need to give a couple arms some rests. I need a couple more guys backing us up
Mhm.
on the bench as well. So um,
So are you
other than
looking to them, if you don't mind talking strategy to the audience, are you looking to them like, and this may be me being rebuilding, you know, the Sistine Chapel and not a baseball team. It takes a little while apparently for me. Um, are you looking to them to actually bolster you, or are you trying to get them some experience?
definitely to bolster. This
Okay.
is not an experience move. These are guys that have been
Mhm.
performing well, despite my AAA squad. The Clifton Dons. They're kind of playing 500, but we've
Mhm.
already been eliminated um, for whatever reason. I'm not saying for whatever reason. Let's just be honest. I I use them as my parking lot to kind of test guys out, bring guys up and down
Yeah.
throughout the year. So they have kind of for lack of a better term, shit end of the stick,
Yeah.
and a little bit less consistency. But anyone that's performing well, I'm going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they can continue to do that once they're called up. So
Yeah.
it's definitely an opportunity to see them now. I expect a lot of these players to be on the roster next year
Mhm.
as well. So it's kind of a little bit of both. But
Yeah.
I
I
need the
mean,
help
they're going
now.
to get
Guys are getting
experience, but
tired.
a lot of times, there's, I mean, obviously for me for the longest time, and we won't even need to talk about my minors. They're just gutted because of the reason that the fact, I mean, AAA all the way down to rookie ball, they're just performing poorly because everybody I've had have been drafting for now. I
Yeah.
mean, both my first and second round pick are already playing, um, much like yours now are.
Yeah.
Which means there's just nothing down there. But people that
I've been there.
used to play for the Bears now who are just pissed, waiting for somebody to get hurt. But
It's a great position to be in.
yeah, yeah, I'm not going to win, like, as Justin was saying last episode. Um, don't look to my minors for the future.
I
But
guess
the young ones, they're there, but that middle chunk is rough.
I've been there. I get it.
The island of
Um,
misfit toys.
I guess a quick look around the league. who else do you think might, now that we're kind of September 1st, I had a couple guys pegged that I assume potentially might get called up.
Yeah.
Um, like London has got a pretty nice cushy lead, 8 games over Havana. They might bring up, like a Nobukazu Suzuki potentially to just
Mhm.
once again kind of depth. They've already um, clinched the playoff berth themselves, though.
Yeah.
Um, that's the leads locomotive. So it kind of brings into question: do you bring him up? Do you take that chance to have him miss out on some playoff experience down there?
Yeah.
Potentially win it,
For
help
I
win
mean,
it.
playoff experience down there versus playoff experience up here, you know.
Yeah, you could still bring him up if the playoffs don't go great for Leeds. You can
Yeah.
bring him up in a couple weeks
Yeah.
potentially. But that was an option I was looking at. Um,
Nihama's got a couple.
who'd you like out of the Hama?
Um, due to the crack research you have done, which allows me to go directly to who I think. Olsen, I think has a good chance. Um, John Ichiro, I think is gonna maybe do something for him. I don't know if Park is gonna do it. I think he's pretty good in the outfield.
Yeah, Ichiro was the 10th overall pick this year. Definitely a good looking player. Currently the closer for the combatants.
Yeah. And
Um,
everybody knows bullpen arms at the end. I mean, even if he doesn't make the playoff roster, a good bullpen arm
oh yeah.
down the stretch, is a big deal.
Yeah, and the Ghosts, they are still in it. They are leading the wild card in the SL, so they can, similar to us being me, because sorry, Lenny. Uh,
Well,
um,
I mean, you're looking up at me now,
right? True, true. For now.
because I believe that the power rankings are about as accurate as it gets. You, however, seeing your conspiracy theory with your Crystal Lake Hotel shenanigans, not to be confused with my Yuma Hotel shenanigans, slightly different.
Slightly different.
You sit there conspiracizing about murders. I worry about waking up in the morning.
Ridiculous.
All right.
Uh,
Anybody else you think can make an impact?
Scottish, they have some players that are potentially available.
And
You
the
got a
GM came out and talked about that. We're going to get
yeah,
Sean came out and spoke to it
yes.
today.
Yeah, yes, Sean did come out today and kind of gave a recap of kind of the position of the Scottish Claymores. And it does look like he is looking towards the future and trying to get a look at some of his future talent. So the expectation is that we'll see some of those guys up probably with
Yeah.
the September
A little
call
bit
up.
to talk about there, I think, but we'll save that for the appropriate segment.
Yeah. But yeah, no, let's go right into the playoffs. How about that? I
Oh,
think that's enough for the call
I
ups.
so I love the minor leagues, and the only success I've really had since we stopped making the playoffs was a good, you know, low level A playoff run by the Cold Bay 11 that I really, really hammed up on. But I do love the playoffs in regards to the minor leagues. Start AAA, my man. Want to do that?
Yeah, let's start there. This is a spot where I'm fully expecting Steve Hott to come back and be like, minor league playoffs don't matter, just to
Um,
argue with you and put you
I,
down.
before we go into this, we breezed over that rather quickly, which I'm proud of. Um, so it's going to be interesting. Our excitement for the minor leagues will piss them off. I'm wondering how many is going to be we didn't pay enough attention to them. But I have a feeling we're not done hearing from that person.
Yes.
So, all right, let's look at some power ranking, not power rankings, but minor league playoffs.
There
So
we
here we
go.
are in Triple A. We have three clinchers already with Racine, Niigata, and Chandler. And another three over here, Mansfield, Leeds, and Chesapeake. Couple tight races below that. Anything you see that's interesting there, Mike?
Um, no, I mean we're tight in the AML. That's for sure. The RML similarly is also tight. So just in general, um, the AAA standings right now, their playoffs. This is kind of what you're hoping to see every single year. You want to see everyone try to be competitive. You want to see a tight race. When you have four teams on the RML side, battling it out for two more spots in the wild card, yet another two teams, three teams, you could even say on the AML side,
Yeah.
still battling out with only a couple games left. We're saying like 3 to 4 per team as AAA season ends. No, it's exciting baseball. So
Yeah.
no complaints.
You're going to see a reoccurring theme. If you look down at the bottom right of your screen, you will see my AAA squad. West Valley. I
Clifton's
I make the trip a lot, not really to see who's there, but to make sure they're all okay.
poor Grizzlies having to put up with their parent company, the Bears,
Yeah.
Bakersfield Bears,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
Fun fact, Racine, town up from where I was born.
oh,
Yeah, there you go. How about
look at that. Go Lakers.
that? Double A. Before we even get to the top, if you want to
Great
see some
Northern
recurring theme,
League.
down here at the bottom right is my double A theme.
And this is one where I'm confident as we have already clinched a playoff berth. And this
Maybe
is
the only one you'll see this year.
not, oh, thanks. Appreciate it. That's some confidence there, Kenny.
Do you call
Everybody,
me Kenny?
I did. Because the expectation is we're going to kill you by the end of this episode.
You bastard.
No, just kidding. But
Oh, okay. Don't
Camden,
worry, man. Yeah, right now I'm immune to everything, so
there we go.
there's
Um,
enough there's enough meds running through my body to make sure nothing's surviving.
what about some other recurring themes here as the season winds down in the fantastic Great Northern League there in Double A?
Well, it's here you see that there is actually a third top playoff spot in the division that's still for grabs. Um, which is interesting. A lot less eliminated teams. So, and a lot within either tied or within two games. And so, and it's not
Yeah,
like five is a lot. So you're looking at
another,
there's a lot that could be in there.
yeah,
Um,
definitely another just consistent battle. Good to see the competitiveness even at this level.
yeah. After, going back to the prospect game, the butt whooping. So, it's very interesting. Uh, Competitive baseball at any level, but I love it at the minor league level where they're really, really playing for because I love it. There ain't no cash.
This is one that definitely impacts me because
Hmm.
Julio Peralta is in Camden right now, playing lights out baseball, still at a very young 20 years of age. I'm not quite ready to call him up yet, but if I absolutely needed to
Hmm.
and the playoffs go poorly for the consigliere, I might bring him up.
Hmm.
But he is one of those instances where he will stay there, get some of that playoff experience down
Yeah.
there. And we'll see about potentially bringing him up next year. But
So you aren't
uh,
scared of the double A to people call up?
um, depends on the player. I have a couple guys, so Peralta's one of them. Mike Battle on my
Hmm.
team is another one.
Yeah.
Definitely a big power bat out of the first base position.
Yeah.
A bat is another thing we can use right now. So those would be the only two players I make an exception out of. The other guys, they still need a little bit of seasoning and some time to grow. So I'm not looking probably to call anybody else up other than potentially those two where I can use some bats.
Yeah. Do you have when it comes to that, are you more comfortable with arms coming up or bats?
I am probably more comfortable with bats coming
Really?
up. Yeah,
I'm more comfortable with arms,
really.
primarily because you can have them do less. You know what I mean? Like you can
Okay.
make them face certain
Specialized
things
role. Yeah.
in really unique situations.
Yep.
A bat's gonna have to face major league pitching.
some preferred lefty-righty
Yeah.
matchups.
I mean, Piper popped from Double A to the pros. Alexander
There you
did
go.
too. So,
There you go. Both are contributing for you
so,
guys right
but
now.
and yet I don't. I prefer arms, and yet do not have an example. Too bad. Into single A. You ready to move on to single A, my man?
Yes, the North American Farm Team Affiliation.
Now, if you notice, I am not on the bottom right because this is where my two Hall of Famers are coaching. Shocked, I
This
say, shocked.
Look at that. You invest a little bit more, you get a little bit better
I
of a
mean, again,
result.
like we talked about in episode 1, I can't fire myself or I'm not allowed to be here.
You'll
Um,
also notice that the Hoboken Crooners, another New Jersey team, is right there at the top, and we have clinched our playoff berth. So
Hoboken,
Hoboken,
close to home.
one of my favorite minor league teams. So very proud of them. They are a
Hoboken's a really cool
consistent.
spot. That's why you like it. It's a cool place to hang out.
It
So when you
is.
make that drive, there's actually a restaurant or 9.
Right? It's exciting.
I don't
I
know.
do I
Spent a
do
lot of time
enjoy
in New York at
Hoboken.
one period of time in my life. So, well, there you have it. Those are the playoff races for the minor leagues.
The minor
I
leagues.
love it. Love it. I love the minors.
Definitely some good races. And we will cover the playoff races and the pennant chases for the Serpent Snow, as well as
Mhm.
the Intercontinental Baseball Coalition. Once they get to them, they still have a little bit more season to play, um, but they are not actively transitioning to the playoffs um, like our top three affiliates. So
Yeah.
we got that out of the way. What's next? One of our favorite segments.
Headlines and mailbag.
Yeah,
Headlines
mailbag
are
and
back.
headlines.
Mailbag is a good one, but we covered a little bit of it with me. So we will do some headlines here. You want to do mailbag or headlines first, my man? Do
Let's do the
headlines?
mailbag.
No? Okay.
Yeah, let's stay consistent here.
Again, I'm the popular one. You make the big bucks, you make the call.
First stop, we've got some news out of Reno. Unfortunately, Don Washington is down again.
Now, I have a lot in regards when it comes to this um to talk about. Um because it makes me think of Pat Watson.
It should make you think of Pat Watson. It's a great comparison.
I have
Pat
very good notes.
Watson, admittedly, Pat Watson did have a pretty amazing career. He's actually still playing right now, and we
Yeah,
will get to him
we will get to
shortly
him.
in the headlines. But he has managed to do all of that while being consistently injured every single year.
Like
Unf-
sometimes quite literally with one arm tied behind his back
Legitimately.
as it's
And
resetting a broken bone.
yes, he
Now,
is Mr. Glass for a reason.
but now going with Don and Reno, you know, fluctuating, obviously not a coincidence. Do you think it's coincidence or
I mean, we saw a little bit of this during his time in New Jersey when he was originally with us.
and you
Um,
developed him?
and I developed him into the monster he turned into. Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
will take credit for that one as well.
And gifted
Uh,
him to Scott on the silver platter. In your defense,
man,
no one was expecting this. Am
right?
I
No,
wrong?
legitimately a 16th round pick. No, nobody was expecting this. Don Washington blew up. Has been playing lights out when he has been able to play. But as you can see, he's got a little bit of that Pat Watson bug to him. He has stayed relatively healthy this year, but it finally caught up to him. A little bit of a strain in his posterior cruciate ligament.
Don't
So
you
he will
hate it
be
when you
out.
heard that?
Right?
Because
I'm
you
not
have
a
to say
doctor.
it all the time.
I strained my posterior cruciate ligament.
You pulled your
Really?
butt.
Is that what it is?
No, it's the right knee. But you said posterior, and I went,
The back of the knee.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah, it's
He,
the back
he's
of the
out.
knee, but
He's out at a critical time for Reno, who, as you had mentioned earlier, um, yeah, they are unfortunately slumping, and Don Washington not being there is clearly a part of that as well. So,
and I do want to actually talk about one of my players, Domingo Coronado, who was a top round pick, you know, highly touted prospect who started to show signs of that and um just injured and injured. This is a knock on wood. He's not the pitcher he was looking like he was gonna be, but he is at least now a back end starter and playing well right now. But that bug, and Justin talking about it too last week, that it's contagious and for in some players chronic.
it is. And Coronado, for those not familiar, knock on wood, he's been healthy this year.
Yeah,
But the past 3 years, yeah, I mean,
back, and it's always the back.
yeah, he's definitely
And
got a sore,
yeah,
sore back.
and when we got him, we worked on because he was a control pitcher that did not throw hard, lights out until we started um, strength and conditioning to get him some more velocity. And I don't think he was built for velocity, and that may be our fault.
Look at that. Lenny making his mark and developing his players his way.
Well, I don't really feel like loaning in New Jersey for a while to make it happen. But here it goes wrong. I mean, when you're trying to get 2 more miles an hour out of somebody who's not built, there's a
Yeah.
reason he didn't throw hard and was lights out until we decided to go, if we can get up to 97, 98, measure how dominant he could be. He was very
Yeah,
dominant.
he was. Domingo
A
was
hell
a
of a pick.
solid player,
And it just,
fourth
and
overall
we're really
pick.
happy with him now. So if he's listening, we're very happy with you. But our bad, my man. Our bad.
Ruined the poor kid's career. I'm just saying.
Well, he's young still, everybody. They're all young. My gosh, I can't even get out of bed. These guys can do backflips. I mean, I got out of bed in Yuma, but that was because I had to get the hell out.
Couple more articles have come out of the Scottish, as we kind of noted earlier. They are leaning towards the future. It has been a rough year. That they're definitely trying to figure out kind of what's been going wrong. It looks like it's not really the pitching and the defense. They're still solid all around in those two departments, but for whatever reason, some of the bats, maybe they're just getting a little bit older. Eric Nelson is 33. Maybe starting to just work his way backwards a little bit. Not
Mhm.
always the greatest thing to see, but it does happen. Age catches up to everyone. Rob Woodard, also 31 years old, just struggling a little bit. So some of your
Yeah.
veteran guys, when they aren't there to kind of support the rest of the rotation or the lineup, I should say, um, then yeah, it's kind of difficult to string some runs together. And Scottish have felt it this year. So they went
And
from,
I mean, and
you know,
kudos to Sean. He came right out and talked about it.
yeah,
I mean, it's really hard when you go from first to struggling like that to go to come out and publicly go, we need to figure out something.
yeah, you go to the championship game last year,
Yeah,
and this year it's just, I don't know, maybe
it's
they're maybe they're gassed from last year. Maybe it's truly, a curse of the second place team. They gave it
yeah.
their all. They're playing longer into the season last year, and they just didn't have the recovery time in the off season.
Well,
Possibly,
and that the experience that gets you there, sometimes when you can't get it, it's also the cliff that falls.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah,
So we'll be seeing some of their youngsters coming up during the call-ups, starting now, and we'll probably get a look towards the future out of the Scottish. I expect them to, be right back at it next year, and hopefully the guys can figure it out, and we'll see kind of where they land next year.
yeah. We got Conrad Mayer and Art Johnson
Yeah,
possibly coming up. I would say those were the two.
Yeah, as we noted earlier.
Yeah.
Look at that. I was already ahead of you, Lenny.
Well,
Already.
you do lay out everything for me, my friend.
I try. You ready for some headlines?
Yeah, go ahead. Um, we have our rookies of the month, Jose Martinez. You want to talk about this guy?
Jose Martinez, number
Holy
2
crap.
overall pick.
Number two, right?
Yes, number
Yeah, he
2
did go
overall
number two,
pick.
right behind that other guy you got.
Yeah, right behind Anthony D'Antonio, and he has been absolutely lights out.
Dude,
Solid pick for Kalamazoo. Um,
man. How many homers
definitely.
right now? Like 22 already?
Uh, yeah, I think he is in the 20s. What is it? At least this month, 13.
Yeah.
21 for the season so far.
Yep.
340
340.
batting
340 as a rookie.
as a rookie. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely amazing at bats. Um, he's one to keep your eye out on for the coming years, and he's got a nice lineup partner with I think one of the previous year's top
Yep.
picks. So Kalamazoo, I know they've been trying to
Yeah.
figure things out, so it should be interesting going forward there.
Great picks for them in Patterson and Martinez. You think it's the
Right.
next not Van Mondo?
Um, if they can get the rest of the team in order, possibly, but there's a
Yeah.
lot more holes to fill there,
Yeah. No,
and
they're not in the same position Florida was when that draft happened, but
yeah,
those are two bats that look an awful lot like the two bats in Florida.
yeah, could definitely be a powerful 1-2 combo.
Yeah. Um, and then, nice segue from the Scottish here right into Manuel Melendez.
Yeah, playing some
Yeah.
good rookie ball
Again,
for
seeing
them.
some young talent coming through and shining, which was good.
Yeah, he not only is the rookie of the month, he is also PEBA's pitcher of the month
Yeah.
the for the IL. So kudos to Manuel. I believe he actually was picked up and traded out of Hartford. So good to see him.
Not in your division.
Not in my division. Exactly. Good to not see him. We're already behind Hartford, and I know I've said before, I fully expect them to take the division this year. So,
Yeah.
um,
They're a
definitely
tough
good to
team.
see.
Tough team.
Yep.
And then we can see here one of the main reasons behind Tempe's surge to the top.
Yeah.
Um,
Felix
yeah,
Rosales.
Felix really just hammering it down.
Yeah. A 1.05 ERA over the month, 4 wins, no losses.
That's for over a month. That's insane.
Yeah. Amazing play. You got Wendell Guinea and Crystal Lake helping to keep that team at the top as the SL's top hitter.
Yep. And
And
then Julio Luna.
yeah, Scottish just lighting it up with their young talent, Julio Luna. If only the rest of the team could follow suit what the kids are doing. So maybe it's
Well,
actually a
and
good thing the old guys are kind of taking a back seat,
well, and
right?
let's say this, again, kudos to Sean. We just gave him some, we're gonna give him some more to come right out because he can spin this a lot like you did, and not a lot like how I did. There's gonna be a quick turnaround
Yeah.
because he
I
already
was
has
trying
it.
to think what you meant there. I didn't know if you were transitioning into the way Yamaguchi spun it against us. I'm like, what do you mean spin it? Me failing and my bad
Yeah,
streak? But no, you're talking about the quick
I was
turnarounds.
actually
Okay.
being nice to both of you.
Oh, I
And
appreciate it.
our past on people head makes you completely okay with your assumption of me being mean to both of you at the same time.
You're just not stable, Lenny. What can
I'm
I do?
not. And Dan, thank you, Dan.
Yes.
That'll get me through the cold months.
Moving on, just a couple more headlines we had previously mentioned. Actually, it was on the previous page there. All-time experience, Pat Watson is still currently playing. He is 19 years in PEBA and
Man,
94 days. He's currently with Fargo,
the
aptly with the
irony there is
Dinosaurs,
palpable, Mike.
right?
He
Pat
can't
Watson,
stay healthy for a season, but the miles on the legs really aren't that bad that he can be playing for nearly 20
They
years.
they keep going, and he's aptly named or aptly on the Fargo Dinosaurs where he belongs.
Yeah,
At
and playing well, not
the
playing bad. Being
tender age, I believe, of 42, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
But no, still playing, still contributing. Carlos Garza is another one up there with 19 years of play. And a couple more rounding it out: Ramiro Salinas, Jorge Castillo, Ricardo Mateo. So that just goes to show you can be around and still contribute well into your late 30s, early 40s here in the Planetary Extreme Baseball Alliance.
Boom. Plug.
Right.
League plug.
Bam. Just a couple more, and one that I wanted to point out because it made me laugh. Waiver wire wildness. You try to say that 3 times fast.
I did, yeah. I did. Off camera though. So I warmed up for today.
I picked up, and this is the reason I
Hey,
point this one
one of my
out.
old guys.
Right?
Yeah.
It is one of your old guys, Tsuki Nori Takahashi. Picked him up out of Florida to try to help. But the reason I bring him up is he's got a little bit of a stab at you, Lenny, since you're playing so well. You kind of had a rough week, or I should say a rough series against Tempe there, because
Okay. All right, cue the logo. We're fighting about this. And we've been fighting about it all day today. He says rough. And I split the series with the first place team. Right? And then go on to sweep another powerhouse. And I mean, Crystal Lake kind of let me have it. But got one from them. So go ahead, explain to me. Yes, they
well,
shut
I
me out
mean,
twice, but we
within
split. Good.
that is rough, man. Shut out. So Ernest Smith, one of the best pitchers in the Sovereign League, shuts you out. And then 2 days before that, Felix Rosales, who we talked about earlier and did win the Pitcher of the Month award,
Yeah.
he shut you guys out as well. I'm just saying,
Good players. Good players
you
are
seem to
shutting us
have
out. And I
a tough
split the
time.
series with a good team. We will not see eye to eye on this.
All right.
Yeah.
That
Tough
is
week.
fine.
Speaking of tough week, why don't you tell me what your last week was there, bud?
We
Who read
lost.
I'm sorry, can we just look back at the power rankings? Who read the top?
No, we're gonna move on.
All right, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well done. Well done, you.
New Jersey will right the ship. Don't worry. We are still in the wild card races. But
You
we are
are. You are
excited.
indeed.
You should be excited, Lenny, because we are about to introduce one of the most electric, exciting new segments here on People Weekly. That's right.
I'm excited about this. Just some gems coming up for you.
Beautiful.
And we, a lot of times we're very, heady and looking at what's going on in the league. Very rarely do we look at what's going on the field. And so Mike and I decided we would highlight the top 5 plays of the month of PEBA. And so here we go. The top 5 plays of the month. And we're going to start with number 5. Here we go. Cue it. So the top 5 play, we have Bakersfield, Tempe, and here we have Tim Alexander snag. Look at the quick release, Mike.
Wow.
Beats him by a mile, but the quick release, really.
He's got an arm, man.
And the number 4 play this time with the bat, we have Jake Morris of Havana taking it deep. Now that's a shot, 430 feet. Look at that trot, and ding!
Right of center, one of the deepest part of the parks.
Almost hits his picture on the scoreboard.
All right, we got the number 3 top play. We've got Aurora versus Tempe. A quick ground ball to shortstop Jose Ailman. Oh, and he flubs it. Normally a sure-handed defender just could not hold on to it.
How does this make the top 5, you ask? A for effort.
A for efforts. All right, and the next number 2 on our plays of the week, I'm dreading Florida versus New Jersey. This does not make us look good. Bergen with the hit. Gordon Knopp throws it back in. Cut off by Tom Peters. Fundamentals. Tom Peters with the cutoff. Gets an extended Malcolm
Brings
Bergen.
him up. Hit
Why?
the cutoff man. Hit
Why?
the cutoff man. That's your team, dude.
Yeah, and we're going to have a talk after that one.
And the number 1 play of the week. Who doesn't love a good pickle? Amsterdam, Cleveland, going at it. There's the pickoff. Madison gets caught in the pickle. And Mike, what happens here?
I mean, Bertrand just gives up on it and does not want to make the throw. I don't know if it got caught in his glove, but I mean, Madison gets in there with the steal after just a ridiculous looking play in the field.
Feel of the ages, padding the stats. We go from fundamentals, aces, to holding the ball, losing it in the webbing of the glove. And there you have it, folks. That are the top 5 plays of the month in PEBA. The line. We spare no expense here.
Those media deals, sir.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
Top of the market. Amazing.
You and I can communicate across the country from Bakersfield to New Jersey, no problem. But man, the cameras we have set up inside these stadiums.
Terrible.
But what they are catching is excellence at the highest level.
Excellent. Touché, sir. Beautiful way to put it.
What we got next week, Mike?
We've got an exciting episode next week. And episode 4, things to look forward to. 4. We're making our way up there.
Look at that.
We got the power rankings. We've got the mailbag and headlines back again. And we are going to take an extended, deep look at the bumps. No, I'm sorry, not the bumps. The playoff races.
The playoffs. Deep dive into the playoffs.
Figured I'd throw the bumps in there one more time or 2 more times for you.
That's just good TV right there, my man.
Right.
That's what we call a through line in the business.
Fantastic.
And as we all know, my popularity, please send in the emails and the phone calls to Mike's office in New Jersey about how you want me to read the top 5 in the power rankings.
I've kind of had enough of my own personal poll that I've been doing, and as I continue to work my way down, seeing as the power rankings have showed, we're going backwards, and Lenny, you just keep moving up to the top. I'm kind of tired of looking at them, man.
Hey, I've never looked at them more.
Fantastic.
Well, thanks, Mike. It's good to see you, my man.
Guess what, Lenny? It was good to see you too. See, I didn't forget this time.
At the top, my friend. It's always a good view from the top.
Fantastic. You have yourself a fantastic week.
You too, my man. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.